Plurality voting has a fundamental flaw. It works well in a two-way race, but as soon as you have more than two options on the ballot, weird things can happen. Introducing additional choices can tilt things in favor of another candidate. Here, adding a yellow party candidate to the ballot helps the orange party. This violates the independence of irrelevant alternatives rule. Adding a yellow party candidate should only be beneficial to the yellow party candidate and not harmful to any other candidate. Our 5 rules for a voting system lay out the properties we would like to have in the way our individual preferences are aggregated into society's preferences. Let's look at some other voting systems. When we talked about agenda setting, we found that if there's no Condorcet winner, the person who sets the agenda decides which policy will be enacted. This violates our rule about non-dictatorship. Here, the preferences of one person are all that matters in the end. Many people support switching our voting system to instant runoff voting, and some places already have. With instant runoff voting, each voter ranks their choices. Options with the least support are eliminated, and votes are reallocated to next best choices until an option gets over 50% of the votes. This flowchart shows how to tally the votes. Voters will have indicated their first, second, third, fourth, fifth choices, and so on. There can be as many options you want, and voters can rank as many of them as they would like. First, we count the voters' first choices. If a candidate has over 50% of first place votes, they win. If not, then we eliminate the last place candidate. Anyone who ranked the eliminated candidate as number 1 now has their votes instantly recast in favor of their second choice. Their votes now count as votes for their second choice, and we count again. Candidates are eliminated and votes recast until one candidate has over 50% of the vote. We can see this in action with our previous set of voters. The orange party candidate will be A, the red party candidate will be B, and the yellow party candidate is C. Written on each voter is how they would rank the candidates. If we tally up the top choices of each voter, we get 6 votes for A, 4 votes for B, and 3 votes for C. No candidate has a majority yet. Since the yellow party candidate got the fewest votes, though, they are eliminated. Now, the voters who rank C first have their ballots redistributed to their second choice, which for all 3 is B. Candidate A gets 6 votes, while candidate B gets 7 votes, and is declared the winner. Certainly, this system of voting satisfies all of our voting criteria, right? To see why it doesn't, I'm going to pick on this voter, now in purple. Right now, their preferences are B, then C, then A. And in the end, B wins. But what if I change their preferences? What if they decide they like C more than B? With their new preferences of C, then B, then A, we can retally the votes. A gets 6 first place votes, B gets 3 votes, and C gets 4 votes. Now it's B that has the fewest votes and gets eliminated. The 3 red voters are reallocated to their second choice. 2 of them list A as their second choice, so A gains 2 votes, while 1 reallocated voter lists C as their second choice, so C gains 1 vote and A is declared the winner. Our purple voter switched their preferences between B and C, and suddenly A won. This violates citizen sovereignty. When ranking C first instead of B, we want our voting system to either return C as the new winner or keep B as the winner. Think about how the purple voter must feel. They still think B is better than A, but by changing their preference, they handed the election to A, and B got eliminated. We don't want our voting system to require us to be strategic about our voting choices. We want to be able to just put down what we really think. But this system encourages people to lie about their true preferences in order to achieve an outcome closer to their true desire. In his doctoral dissertation, the economist Kenneth Arrow proved that a voting system which satisfies all of our criteria simply does not exist. There's no way to aggregate the ranked preferences of each individual into a preference for society without violating one or more of these rules. Arrow's impossibility theorem is my favorite discovery in all of economics. Not only am I blown away by the fact that Arrow was able to prove this, but it's also just the first of a large number of incredible contributions Arrow made to the field of economics over his career. I think it also helps explain why democracy is so hard. It helps explain why Winston Churchill said many forms of government have been tried and will be tried in this world of sin and woe. No one pretends that democracy is perfect or all wise. Indeed, it has been said that democracy is the worst form of government, except for all those other forms that have been tried from time to time. But there's one more thing that makes Arrow's impossibility theorem so special. Markets are the one thing which can satisfy our criteria. Markets ask us to translate our preferences into a willingness to pay. They take our ordinal preferences, which are our rankings, and turn them into cardinal preferences, which are our choices with relative value. Arrow's impossibility theorem only applies to ordinal preferences, and so markets spare us the many challenges we find in government from infiltrating our daily economic lives. So let me leave you with this. Economics is for understanding the world. It gives us tools for insight into how things really work and helps us to see the world as it really is. In our class, we've explored the beauty and wonder of the price system while identifying how human nature gets in the way of its proper functioning. I hope that with these new insights, you will be better equipped to navigate the choppy seas of life towards your hopes and dreams.